Imagine waking up every day amidst a mountain of garbage, breathing air that burns the lungs, and living surrounded by a thick layer of pollution that hides the sky. This is the reality for millions of people in India, where the vibrant beauty of an ancient culture contrasts with the grim landscape of a growing environmental crisis. The rivers that were once revered as sacred are now choked with waste, and the streets of the cities, covered in piles of plastic and debris, serve as a constant reminder of a struggle that many cannot ignore. While urban life pulses with chaotic energy, the burden of waste is felt on every corner. Air pollution reaches alarming levels, often far exceeding safe limits, and for the residents of India's metropolises, wearing a mask is not just a precaution, but a daily necessity. In this documentary, we will dive deeply into the consequences of this environmental collapse, hearing the voices of those living amidst it, and exploring the efforts or lack thereof to combat this crisis. India is a land of astonishing contrasts, where the chaos of cities coexists with breathtakingly tranquil landscapes. From the majestic peaks of the Himalayas in the north, which seem to touch the sky, to the golden beaches of the south washed by the Indian Ocean, the Indian territory offers a unique geographic diversity. The plains of the Ganges, the arid deserts of Rajasthan, and the tropical forests of Kerala create a mosaic of natural settings that fascinate any traveller. The vibrant colours, intense sounds, and distinctive sense of spices blend together, creating an atmosphere that stimulates all the senses. However, behind these spectacular landscapes lies a growing challenge that affects both urban areas and the most remote environments: pollution. Major cities like New Delhi, Mumbai, and Kolkata face alarming levels of contamination. In New Delhi, for instance, air pollution levels frequently exceed the World Health Organization's recommended limits by up to 20 times. The dense air, loaded with toxic particles, not only obscures views of iconic monuments like the Lotus Temple and India Gate, but also poses a daily health threat to its inhabitants. It is estimated that approximately 1.6 million people die annually in India due to exposure to air pollution. Travelling across the country is undoubtedly a transformative experience, but it requires precautions. Many tourists encounter the harsh reality that India's natural beauties, like its bustling streets, may be overshadowed by pollution. In Varanasi, one of Hinduism's holiest cities, the Ganges River, venerated as a divine embodiment, suffers from high levels of contamination. Thousands of pilgrims still immerse themselves in its waters in purification rituals, yet the riverbanks are littered with garbage, and the smell of waste floating in the water is unmistakable. Devotion meets environmental challenges, creating a paradoxical scene where the sacred and the profane mix. Still, India is a place where human resilience is evident in every smile and glance. The Indian people, known for their hospitality and spirituality, find ways to adapt, survive, and even thrive amid adversity. In Jaipur's vibrant markets, vendors display colourful fabrics and exotic spices, while in Mumbai, workers face the frenzy of crowded streets to secure their daily livelihood. Travelling across the country can be quite affordable, especially for those willing to explore beyond conventional tourist packages. A typical meal at a local restaurant can cost less than $2, and budget accommodations range from $10 to $30 per night. For those seeking more comfort, luxury hotels in cities like Udaipur and Goa offer sophisticated experiences at relatively low prices compared to international standards, with rates starting at around $50. However, tourists should be aware of challenges like the need to wear masks for protection against pollution, avoid drinking tap water, and get vaccinated for common regional diseases. Beyond the cities, there are untouched landscapes that remain relatively free from the impacts of pollution. In the Himalayas, the air is purer, and the snow-covered valleys offer a sense of isolation and peace that starkly contrasts with the urban hustle. Spiritual retreats in the mountains attract those in search of self-discovery and connection with nature, while in Kerala, tranquil canals and tea fields offer a break from environmental concerns. It is in these places that one can feel a more authentic and untouched India, where tradition and nature are preserved in harmony. Despite these refugees, human impact is visible everywhere, and the issue of waste management is critical. About 62 million tons of garbage are generated annually in India, and only a fraction is properly recycled. Efforts for selective waste collection are increasing, but there is still a long way to go for the system to be effective. In many areas, such as the suburbs of Bangalore and Mumbai's slums, it is common to see children playing in vacant lots covered in trash. These images are a painful reminder of the social inequalities and sustainability challenges that must be faced. Regarding river pollution, revitalisation efforts like the Namami Gange project, launched in 2014 by the Indian government, aim to clean the Ganges River and its tributaries. However, results are still limited, and sewage treatment infrastructure is insufficient to address the magnitude of the problem. India's nature also surprises with a strong commitment to preserving natural reserves and national parks where wildlife is protected. Places like Ranthambore National Park, where you can spot tigers in their natural habitat, and the tea plantations of Darjeeling, which stretch over green hills, are examples of what India has to offer in terms of ecological and sustainable tourism. Therefore, while India faces challenges, its beauty, culture, and unyielding spirit make it an extraordinary place where travellers find not just a destination, but a true journey of transformation and self-discovery.